I concede that I was too harsh when I first made a review of the Great Western Express remaster, and I have decided to re-examine the route with, for want of a better way to put it, less angry eyes. For context, Great Western Express is the oldest UK route in Train Sim world, having originally launched in September 2017, with the long-awaited remaster launching in February 2026 as a free update. From what I gather, this remaster was a passion project done by Mr. Liam of Grump Dog Games. I call him Mr. Liam in reference to how Toad the Brake Van would address the Fat Controller's engines. Case in point, Mr. Oliver. If you haven't got GWE yet, it's currently available on Steam, or wherever else you get your DLC from, for $43.59 NZD at full price. As for the route coverage, this goes for 35 miles from London Paddington to Reading, and on a personal note, I've ridden along this route in real life, as part of a journey from London Paddington to Didcot Parkway aboard a Class 800. The previous day, we also rode aboard a Class 165 along the branch line from West Ealing to Greenford and back. That little adventure was followed by a round of train spotting at Hanwell, a station that I like for its vintage GWR-era station buildings. While we were at Hanwell in real life, something rather interesting turned up. The HST kind of feels like a caged animal on this route, as she only takes around 32 minutes to complete a full run from London to Reading, or vice versa. I'm still a bit disappointed in the lack of route extensions, be it on the GWML west of Reading or the addition of the Thames Valley branches, but to be clear, I'm not blaming Mr. Liam for this situation. Apparently, the original route was built in a way that made extensions impossible. As for motive power that comes with Great Western Express, you get the Class 43 HST, Class 166 Networker Turbo, and the Class 66 diesel locomotive. Before I forget, it's worth noting that a representation of the Class 165, made using the existing 166 model, is included with the remaster, and this particular unit, 165121, is one that I saw in real life, specifically at Windsor and Eton Central on the 7th of May. Meanwhile, the Class 484 from Island Line 2022 got reskinned into an unbranded London Underground livery as a substitute for the S7 stock on Hammersmith and City Line services between Westbourne Park and Paddington. And you can also see her representing District Line services into and out of Ealing Broadway. Personally, I would have preferred to see a version of this train that's properly backdated to her original D78 stock condition, but what we did get is at least better than seeing unrealistic empty tracks next to the main line out of Paddington, and you can disable this layer if you don't want to see it. I should add that the 1972 stock from WCML South is used to represent Central Line services into and out of Ealing Broadway in lieu of the 1992 stock. I wouldn't mind seeing the Central Line in TSW someday. On the topic of existing trains reskinned as substitutions, here is the Class 350/1 from WCML South, albeit with an extra coach added and dressed up as a stand-in for the Class 360/2 units that ran the Heathrow Connect service in real life. In 2018, the stopping services from Heathrow Airport to London Paddington were taken over by Transport for London, who now run them as part of their Crossrail network, using the Class 345 Aventra electric multiple units. By default, the 350/1 reskin is unbranded, but if you're on PC, you can use a branding patch that's available on the TrainSim community website. There's also a trio of reskins for the Class 387/2 from the Brighton Mainline DLC, representing the Great Western Railway, Heathrow Express, and ex-C2C Class 387s. Personally, I don't like the lack of branding, and I'm confused as to why the units do not appear in the new timetable mode. Hopefully that can be sorted out at some point. As a brief aside, the Class 387 is significant to me as being the very first train on which I rode upon arrival in the UK. On the 12th of April 2025, we rode aboard Unit 387133 from Heathrow Terminal 5 to London Paddington. Originally, the HST and Class 166 were only supplied in Great Western Railway green, but the remaster also added First Great Western liveries, although they are unbranded as standard. As for what else is included in the remaster, this includes, but is certainly not limited to, an upgrade to TOD4 lighting, completely rebuilt scenery at numerous locations, such as the yard at Southall, extended track shadows, new rail singing, whatever that means, AI trains blasting their horns or whistles where appropriate, guard mode support for the HST and Class 166, and finally, new passenger announcements on board the GWR trains and at the stations, similar to the TSW6 core routes.
We are now approaching Slough.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
The next train to arrive at Platform 3 will be the 0919 Heathrow Connect service to Heathrow Airport, calling at Southall, Hayes and Heathrow Airport. Platform 3 for the 0919 Heathrow Connect service to Heathrow Airport.
The new 2017 era timetable is, in my opinion at least, the most significant aspect of this remaster, as it breathes so much life into a route that originally looked and felt way too quiet. There's a healthy amount of service variation, in the sense that you can run fast express services with the HST, regional services of varying stopping patterns in the network of turbos, or freight service with the Class 66, and that's without going into all the other layers. The DLC requirements for said layers are Diesel Legends of the Great Western, Cargo Line Volumes 1, 2 and 4, Southeastern High Speed, WCML London to Milton Keynes, WCML Preston to Carlisle, HKA Bogey Hopper, London Underground 1938 stock, Tees Valley Line, BR Heavy Freight Pack, Class 31, Island Line 2022, Class 86 and Mark IIF coaches, Brighton Mainline, Midland Mainline, Railhead Treatment Train, Alinea A3 number 60103 Flying Scotsman, the North London Line, Europhoenix Class 37, Peak Forest, the Riviera Line, and Cross Country Class 220. Not all of the layers appear on my end as I don't have all the requirements. Thinking back to the dressed up Class 484, this train is drivable on the short section between Westbourne Park and Paddington, while the dressed up Class 350/1 runs a half-hourly service to and from the airport, and you can drive it as far west as Hayes and Harlington. Personally, I wish that we had also got a South Western Railway-esque reskin for the Class 350/1 in order to represent the Class 450 on third rail electric services into and out of Reading. Although you can't see me doing it, I take my hat off to Mr. Liam for his work on overhauling the Great Western Express route, and I would recommend this add-on to other TSW players who don't own it yet. Recently, I learned that he is also working on a remaster of East Coastway, and I have high hopes for that one. Despite its short length, I've got a lot of time for the Brighton to Eastbourne and Seaford route because it offers a peaceful environment in which to run third rail electric trains. Come to think of it, it would be nice to get a remastered version of West Cornwall Local as well, but as for where I'd rate the remastered Great Western Express now that I've re-examined it, I'll give it a 7.8 out of 10, and if you've stuck around to the end of the video, you win a bizarre medley of Lenny Kravitz and an old country singer. It's Are You Gonna Go My Way, Lon Jennings,